A seismic jolt just rocked the Dodgers' landscape out of nowhere. A veteran presence storms back into the fold, and it's sending shockwaves through the clubhouse. This isn't a routine activation or bench boost, it's an electrifying, game-changing comeback that nobody saw coming. The timing is pure theater, the momentum irresistible, and the question on every fan's mind: what does this sudden return mean for the lineup, the locker room, and the playoff push? Could this be the spark that ignites a championship run or a strategic masterstroke cloaked in chaos? Stick with us, because in just a moment, we're breaking down every angle, every reaction, and how this unbelievable move could redefine the season. You won't want to miss a second of this. Well, just when you thought the Dodgers were getting comfortable with their current infield setup, Max Muncy throws a massive curveball that has the whole fanbase buzzing. In a season already filled with surprises, setbacks, and stars trying to step up, this unexpected twist might be one of the most shocking so far. That's right, Max Muncy is back. And not just back in the dugout, or working behind the scenes. We're talking full-on return, taking reps, getting back into form, and showing the kind of fire that only he can bring. The Dodgers weren't expecting this. Honestly, no one really was. But here we are. For weeks, fans have been wondering what's going on with Muncy. After sustaining a concerning oblique injury, it looked like he might be shelved longer than expected. There were whispers, rumors, updates here and there, but nothing solid. The coaching staff kept it vague. Roberts would say things like he's progressing or we're hopeful, but nothing that hinted at this level of readiness. So, when the news broke that Muncy was not only progressing but was actually slated for a return, fans were floored. Social media lit up with excitement, confusion, and some cautious optimism. And it's easy to see why. Before the injury, Muncy was once again showcasing his trademark power. Despite a slightly lower batting average, his slugging ability was never in question. He was launching homers, drawing walks, and working counts like the seasoned vet he is. The Dodgers relied on his presence, especially with the lineup still finding its identity amid key injuries and inconsistency. Losing him was a blow, but they managed to adapt. Miguel Rojas and Kike Hernandez held things down admirably at third base, and some of the younger players got a little more spotlight time. But there's something about Muncy. His left-handed bat, his clubhouse leadership, and his ability to flip a game with one swing, it's just different. Now let's talk about how this came together so suddenly. According to sources close to the team, Muncy had been ramping up activities behind closed doors. Batting practice, fielding drills, running the bases, it was all being kept under wraps so as not to create premature expectations. Apparently, his recovery timeline improved faster than the team anticipated. He responded well to treatment, showed no setbacks during rehab, and cleared every box the training staff put in front of him. Even Dave Roberts admitted they were pleasantly surprised by how quickly things progressed. One minute they were talking about an August return, the next he's putting on the uniform and taking pre-game hacks. From a strategic standpoint, this changes a lot for the Dodgers. The team is already battling for positioning in a tight National League race, and every game counts. With Ohtani, Freeman, Betts, and Teoscar Hernandez holding down the heart of the order, adding Muncy back into the mix gives them an extra layer of danger. Imagine facing a lineup where you have to go through Mookie, Shohei, Freddie, Teoscar, and now Muncy back-to-back. That's a nightmare for opposing pitchers. And it's not just about his power. Muncy's patience at the plate is elite. He makes pitchers work, draws deep counts, and can frustrate even the best arms in the league. Of course, there's still the question of how much he'll play right away. Roberts has indicated they're going to be careful, gradually increasing his workload and making sure he doesn't re-aggravate anything. It makes sense. An oblique injury is no joke, especially for a power hitter. But knowing Muncy, he's not the type to sit back if he feels he can contribute. He's a gamer, plain and simple. And if he feels like his swing is where it needs to be, you better believe he'll be ready to go. Already in his initial media availability, he expressed how fired up he is to rejoin the fight. He talked about how tough it was to watch from the sidelines, especially with the team going through its ups and downs. He wants to be in the trenches, helping his teammates battle night in and night out. Fan reactions have been mixed but mostly positive. Some are a bit concerned about rushing him back too soon, which is fair given the nature of the injury. Others are just thrilled to see one of their favorite players suiting up again. Muncy's always had a gritty, no-nonsense attitude that resonates with Dodgers fans. He's not flashy. He's not out there seeking the spotlight. He just goes out, competes, and lets his play speak for itself. And when he's on, he's capable of carrying the offense for stretches at a time. Just think back to past seasons where he went on those hot streaks, multi-homer games, clutch hits, and that swagger that lifts the whole dugout. That's the Max Muncy the Dodgers hope is coming back. There's also the bigger picture to consider. This return could impact the Dodgers' trade deadline plans in a significant way. With Muncy out, many assumed the front office would target a third baseman or at least a strong utility infielder who could contribute offensively. But if Muncy is back and effective, that changes the equation. Suddenly, that trade chip might be better spent on pitching depth or outfield help instead. Andrew Friedman and company are constantly evaluating the market, and this gives them a little more flexibility heading into the deadline. They don't need to panic. They don't need to overpay. That's huge. From a numbers perspective, Muncy's value is undeniable. In the games he played before the injury, he was leading the team in home runs. His OPS was trending well despite a modest batting average, and his WRC+ was well above league average. He may not be your prototypical contact hitter, but in a power-driven league, his value is enormous. He forces opposing teams to adjust their defensive alignments. He forces pitchers to rethink pitch sequences. And when he's locked in, few hitters can do more damage. It's also worth noting that the Dodgers are still navigating a season full of injury juggling. They've been without Walker Buehler, they've seen inconsistencies from their bullpen, and guys like Gavin Lux and Chris Taylor have struggled to find rhythm. In that kind of environment, having a steady, reliable force like Muncy can make a massive difference. His presence alone stabilizes the lineup and gives the coaching staff more options for late-game matchups, defensive switches, and pinch-hitting scenarios. Plus, he knows this team inside and out. He's played alongside most of these guys for years. That chemistry can't be faked or replaced. He's moving with purpose, swinging with confidence, and clearly determined to remind everyone why he's been such a key part of the Dodgers' recent success. Maybe he's about to go on one of those tears that reminds everyone he's still one of the most dangerous left-handed bats in the National League. Either way, the Dodgers just got a huge boost. And you can bet the rest of the league is paying attention. If you're as excited about Max Muncy's return as we are, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update, and drop a comment letting us know how you think this changes the Dodgers season. And of course, share this video with your fellow fans because the Dodgers are heating up, and you're gonna want to be along for the ride.